welcome to the weekend video. This is the video I promised on the live stream that I'll be making and putting out there for you guys. Now today, this was the final result of my team and what had happened to this team. Now, you will see during the clips and some of the stuff I will be talking about. I am recording a few things separately and we'll be editing all together. But overall, this was the end up of my team. Now, starting off with some of the things, some of the stuff, it was stress. I'm not gonna lie, absolute stress. 20 games of just pure stress, and I almost went. You could say you could almost go 20-0, and I did go and get 14 wins, which is not half bad. It's not what I usually get. 14 wins is what I usually get, and with some of the players, with some of the stuff, it was just stress. It was just stress, proper stress, and having to change my formation so many times, having to change so many things so many times, just the overall gameplay, the rhythm of it, like just the game itself was just horrid. And literally watching the recording and seeing what I've edited and what I've done, going over the games. Oh my god, the pure animation and just everything about this game, it is pure just, like, what has this game come to? What has this game come to? Why is it like it is? And I've sold a few players and all that stuff and got rid of a few players, and I've now made a new team. But basically, the levels of stress, the levels of stuff is insane, and you will see during these clips. So enjoyed some of the stuff. So in our first game, I gotta say, started off pretty decent. The only problem is there was a few things about the game when starting that was kind of just carrying on from qualifying. When playing this game, I really did not like some parts of the game, but there were some positives out of it when playing and winning. But from the negatives, that kind of where I saw a lot more problems. And definitely with my team, on the way we went forward, the way we went backwards, the way we went into things, the way we went out of things. There were so many things happening, it didn't make sense, and it was really annoying. And there were some things that kind of I can't control, like Sané shooting right there. You see actually a lot of them, there's two of them, but in the whole scheme of things, that happened a bit too often. And the poor goal conceded there. I gotta say, with the way things happened, like even formation wise, I went through like 5 different formations just to fix certain problems. And you will see in this video, I went from having Bernardo Silva in my starting 11 to Dele Alli even in my starting 11, to the likes of now playing like a 3-5-2, which was mainly coming down to the wing play. I kind of wanted to involve the wing play a lot more. I wanted to involve Davis. I wanted to involve Trent a lot more, because a lot of things actually happened through the wings. And as you see, that was a lot more down the middle. But the amount of times I tried to play it through the middle was ridiculous. The games that happened, the goals you're seeing that are happening through the middle, have been times and time again, going through the middle, and not happening, and it's just the same thing over and over again. And you'll see, like, I concede penalties. The penalties I concede recently have been just really ridiculous. Bit over the top, bit over dramatic, a bit kind of just a wafty like tackle. And it came down with formation. It literally, all this implied down to the formation. And there are so many things that with the formation, let's say, like the defense was just not on point. I conceded a lot of goals. I gotta say, I conceded quite a fair bit of goals in this weekend league. And I think it came down to just stuff like that. Literally, as you saw there, stupid mistakes, stupid stuff. Quite literally not able to just defend well with these defenders, and the passes as well. That should have gone through. That ball from Sané to Davis should have gone through, but the problem is it didn't. And then we come out to penalties, and as you can see, I win this penalty shootout. Quite decent at saving pens for myself, I gotta say. Even though I was a bit unfortunate with that one. But overall, I changed the formation and I got it to a 3-5-2, and that started working. With one extra defender, it just helped a ton. And the teams I was going against were mad, and they were pretty decent. And I gotta say, some of the best players that kind of highlighted right now was the likes of Manuel Neuer. When I was playing against him, that shouldn't happen, by the way. I just saw that, and that should not have happened. And again, another lofty tackle, which conceded a pen. But a great press there as well. I got to say, the pressing was on. There were a few things I could take out of this. Some things like the pressing, some of the play sometimes was quite decent, but just overall not good enough. Like some passes were a bit lofted. This was the time I used Dele Alli, and I used a system which a 4-2-3-1, and even then this started happening. But Dele Alli again hit the crossbar, then another goal there, conceded, but wasted opportunities. Definitely some wasted opportunities like this one, and I think this is another one as well from Leroy Sané. Bang, straight off the bat, not even on target. A great piece of skill here. Gotta say, Dele Alli, if you've got him in your team, so good on the ball. And there you go, another goal from Dele Alli. But in the end, it wasn't what was needed. It was what was needed. The attack was fantastic when I used the 4-2-3-1. It was really, really, really good. The problem was defending. Defending 100%. And it literally went on to a point of using the 3-5-2 was the only answer, and using the likes of cams or strikers or whatnot, they had to become the wingmen. They had to become the wingmen, the players that were on the wing at the very beginning, the likes of Sané and Salah, which meant I had to look for a striker. And it came down to Ollie Watkins, and Ollie Watkins was a beast. Fair enough, his composure wasn't fantastic, but he was a beast. This guy was a nutcase of a player. He just was dominant on the ball, and he was a big brute as well, and he was able to just score goals. That's the thing about him. He was just able to score goals. Leroy Sané there with another goal. But Sané was not half bad on the cam, and Salah, again, a striker. What do you expect? He's got very good finishing, used him as a striker, and in the end, he was pretty decent. But unfortunately there he wasn't, but still. Wing play was a massive, massive thing about the 3-5-2, and you were seeing this clip on, well, definitely this game, that the 3-5-2, with having a man at the wing, drawing out defenders, gave me the space to do that. Just gave me space to do that. The fact that Davis ran on that left side and gave me the space to quite literally run past that defender, still having that fullback run away from me, was perfect. And again, great press. Then we get in the final third, Ollie Watkins, fantastic. And there you go. I gotta say, this was brilliant. And again, the play, straight over the top to Ollie Watkins. Goes past one, straight to Sané, bang, goal, finish. That was Weekend League. So, hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Now down to some of the stats. Now, with the stats, obviously I record the stats, who got the most goals, who got the most assists, and put them down and show you to them. Now, with that also being said, I have added another thing, is man of the match. If you know and what I've done before, I usually don't add a man of the match, but for this week I did man of the match, and for next week I'll be doing bench appearances. So who appeared off the bench the most, and who came on from the bench. So that'll be next time, but for this time I'm just going to tell you some of the man of the matches. So the player with the most man of the match became Ollie Watkins with 4. He got most man of the matches, and surprisingly to him, he was actually pretty decent. With Ollie Watkins though, he did get 13 goals and 5 assists in those games, and which is not half bad. It's pretty decent. Not gonna lie, if I had to give him a rating out of 10, I'll give him an 8 out of 10. With Mo, he was also up there, but he wasn't actually the top goal scorer. Mo Salah was actually the top assisting player with 15, but he did get 23 goals, which is not half bad. If I were to give him a rating out of 10, I'll give him a 7.5. There was a few things I did not like and a few things I did like, but he has got a positive goal ratio, which gave him a bit of a boost, and he was actually not half bad. Definitely got a few assists as well. With that being said though, the top goal scorer was Leroy Sané with 27 goals. He was pretty decent. Also, he did become a cam and actually got a lot more assists while playing cam, but also when he was playing striker, he did get a fair bit of goals. But playing in cam did help him with the assisting side with 10 assists as well and 27 goals, and also 3 man of the matches, which is not half bad. To be fair to him, pretty decent. If I had to give him a rating out of 10, I'd give him an 8 or 10, and there you go. That was that time. With that being said though, some of the other stats, likes of Davis was pretty decent, and Davis got 2 goals and 6 assists during the weekend, which is not half bad. He has also played previous games before, and to be fair to him, if I had to give him a rating out of 10, I would actually give him a solid 7 out of 10, because he was actually pretty decent. And for a left back as well, he was just up and down the pitch, which was really, really useful, really did like. And then with Trent Alexander-Arnold, I gotta say, really, really close to the top assistant, but he was second with 11. And also 2 goals with him as well. Probably his best performance during a weekend, and probably the best I've actually ever had with him during a set of time as well, because normally before he wasn't really getting that assist. He wasn't really doing much. He was kind of doing his job as a right back, but I've got to say, in the weekend, he was not half bad, got the assists, and fair play to him. With McGannigan, he got 4 clean sheets, which is not half bad. That means with the clean sheets that he got 4 games without conceding a goal, which is alright. Then we've got some of the bench players. We've also got Bernardo Silva, with 5 goals and 10 assists, which made him the 3rd top assistant player, with Leroy Sané. And being said, he also did have 3 man of the matches, and if I had to give him a rating out of 10, I'd actually give him an 8.2. He was actually not half bad. When he did play, he was really, really good. The problem I had with playing some of the teams or some of the players is I did have a centre-back situation, and that centre-back situation did cost me a lot of games, but I think I got it sorted with what I've got planned in the future. But overall, 8.2, not half bad, 5 goals, 10 assists, and 3 man of the matches. Nkunku also was a bench player, but then started coming on the pitch because I had to change my system. With that being said though, he did get 7 assists and 1 man of the match, which is not half bad to him. This is pretty decent on the ball and off the ball, and with him and Atiba in centre mid, they were both really, really, really good, and definitely was pretty decent. With that as well, we did have Van Ginkel with 1 goal. He did get a stat, that's why he's here. Also, forgot to say, if I had to give Nkunku a 10 out of rating, I'll give him a 7. And then we're moving on, Van Ginkel. If I had to give him a rating off the bench, I'd actually give him a solid 6.6 out of 10. A few things, I didn't play enough games with him. Definitely didn't play enough games with him. Came on, did whatever I needed to do. Didn't really play enough games with him to really say anything. But defensively, he was sound. He was pretty decent as a CDM. If you need a good CDM and you're looking for CDMs, Van Ginkel's your guy. So with that being said, we do have Atiba with 2 assists. And Atiba was actually the groundbreaker of this midfield. He was up and down. He was doing everything. He was doing a lot for this team. And bro, this guy works. The thing about him is I was using the basic on him, and I thought that was the best option for him, but in the near future I will be using something else entirely. But at the very time, I actually thought this was the groundbreaker for him. I thought he was pretty decent, and I would give him a 9 out of 10. He was probably up there with the sheer stuff this guy did in the midfield was insane, and I'll give him a 9 out of 10 just for his performances. Really, really good. I forgot to rate Trent, by the way. I'll rate Trent in a second. With that also, we did have Fakir, who did get 2 goals. Same thing, didn't really play much games with him. But if I had to give him a rating, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Pretty decent, not bad. Then we have got the likes of Dele Alli. Again, it's so annoying to not bring on a guy who is so capable of just annihilating defenses and just not able to obviously bring him on. Just bring him on, or do something with him because of certain other players or certain other things. If I had to give Dele Alli a rating out of 10, I'll give him an 8 out of 10. Didn't play enough games with him, but when he did come on and did perform, and with 1 goal and 2 assists. I think he only had the 1 game, and the reason of that 1 game was the defense. So yeah, they were like sort of Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne again, he was okay. Did get 4 goals, 4 assists, but he was starting. The thing about him, he was starting with the likes of well, he wouldn't. I don't know. He wasn't starting. Thomas Müller was starting, but then we changed to a 4-3-2-1, and then he was kind of starting, but didn't end up pretty decent. I kind of need to change my system. The system wasn't working. 4-3-2-1 was just not working, and obviously changed to a 3-5-2. And the same thing with Thomas Müller, it just really wasn't working. Came off the bench, did what he needed to do, did get 1 goal. I think he got 1 goal. Yeah, 1 goal, and that was pretty much it. That was it, really. So if I had to give Kevin De Bruyne and Müller a rating out of 10, I'll give them both a 6 out of 10. So with that also being said, Trent Alexander-Arnold, if I had to give him a rating out of 10, I'll give him an 8 out of 10, or an 8.2, 8.5 maybe. I'm kind of leaning towards 8.5 now. He was pretty decent, did what he needed to do, and was solid. Proper solid. Then we come down to defense. Rice came in and basically did a lot for the defense. Playing a back 3 with Rice in the middle was probably one of the best decisions I did for the time. Mainly down to Rice is really a player you would want in your CDM. He's got 56 agility, 64 balance. He wasn't quick, he wasn't off the mark, but he did pretty well as a centre back. And you look at centre backs, obviously agility and balance and all that stuff are kind of like the same. So I thought I'll put Rice in centre back, do the job, and he did it, and basically saved my bacon with the back 3. With these two together as a single pivot, as a 2-man defence, didn't work, didn't like it, was not working for me personally. The pace was off, and basically just conceded a lot of goals because of it. If I had to give him a rating out of 10, I'd give him a 5 out of 10. Pretty mediocre, and wasn't just there. If I had to give the goalkeeper a rating out of 10, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. There was a lot of things he did positive, but then there was a few things he could not handle, could not do, and all that stuff. And basically, in the end, it is what it is. 14 wins. If I had to give an overall performance out of 10 for weekend, I'd give myself a 7 out of 10. If I had to rate FIFA in the weekend, FIFA, you're a 2 out of 10. You're a -1. You're a -1. Yeah, you're a -1. But with that being said, though, look, things happen and you can't control them sometimes. But in the end, we did get what we wanted, and there you go. But that was weekend, and that was the weekend league. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, do subscribe. And if you enjoyed this type of content, I have actually got more planned in the future, but also I have also got previous ones already made and already done if you have not seen them. I am planning to make more of these. It is literally the problem at this very moment of time is the internet connection problems, as you saw in stream. If you saw the stream, you would know that literally the internet connection problems was a downfall. It was my downfall for the weekend. And with that being said, I will need to sort out something for that as well. But not just that. Overall, it is just this game has kind of gone downhill, and it's very, very, very difficult to make a video around FIFA or stream around FIFA with some of the stuff that has recently happened with this game. And for me personally, it's hard to really be motivated for this game sometimes. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, do subscribe. Already said that, but there you go. Peace out.